All righty, let's go ahead and do a recap here for Friday and kind of look at some price action here. Go ahead and post your comments down below if you have any questions, and like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and go from there. So we had the market shift right here in the session. That is 6 o'clock my time again. And then what I did is went ahead and marked the 30-second candle, or 30-minute candle, sorry. So that was this candle's wick right here to this candle's wick. We can see that here we are in Friday evening. I went ahead and marked that one as this one as well. So this is the 7:30 to 8 o'clock candle in the evening, and this is the one right here in the morning. And the reason why I like to mark that candle is kind of gives me some reference points for the day. So you can see this kind of we had that candle right here. You can see this come down. The 21's coming up. Everything's pushing up right now. And what we'd want to see is a nice carry through here. And you can see that it starts to rip up, and then it backtests. But yet when it backtests, it could not make a higher high. So that's your higher low now that just created. So it actually starts to raise a concern that we could be topping out, which you can already kind of see that here on the RSI. You can see that RSI capped out through the top on out of the noise area. And if you look at it, this would be the higher high on RSI and the higher low right here on RSI. Right here, though, up in price action, it was a higher high at first, but then there was a higher high. So it's now considered a higher low and a higher high, which shows bearish divergence that are going on here. So you have a line that's coming down and a line that's going up. They're going away from each other, which is creating the divergence. And then we had to pull back. Well, once this got pulled back, this is where I would mark. This is kind of your hard line, if you will. And what I would expect for this to do is come back and retest in this area. And if you were looking for an area of retest, if I use the Fibonacci tool here, if you wanted to look at it in here, that's the Fibonacci retracement tool that I just used. And what I'm looking for it to come back and hit this pocket right in here. Said this is the pocket that I'm looking for it to come into and reject on and start to fall back down. And you can see that's basically it did run down, came down near the bottom of the 30-minute candle body that was set back here in the morning, and it did get a bounce back up, and it created a third higher low. So at that point, you can go ahead and get in. When it breaks back through the 21, you could get in when it's sitting up here in the pocket. Your stop would be back above this wick here, or you could go just above the candle bodies like I had drawn this line on here. I expected this to be the reject zone. And the reason why I'm waiting for it to come up and show rejection is because I don't want to just jump in just in case this push on up and make a double top here, or just take out the liquidity here and then use this as a stop. This is why I'm waiting, because I want to get confirmation in that this pullback. And then this would be a 3-to-1 breakdown, or you could look at key levels. So there's a key level right down here on this 30-second or 30-minute bar, and this would be a pretty strong level for it to come down to. Now you can see that after it created this, we keep creating a higher, instead of a lower low, we created a higher low. So now we're starting to get into this more of a wedge pattern in here. That's kind of what you're seeing it create right through here. So it does show how behavior breakdown as of right now. If we took that breakdown, this is kind of what we're looking at, which snaps it down to this 93.5 level. Out of this wedge that it has been working on. You could try to move this wedge out a little bit if you wanted, and draw something like this. And right now we're trying to work out of it. We'll have to kind of see, right? The hard thing is you're right here on the shift in the market. So this could bounce up and back up in here and then fall out. To get real strength in this, to see if it's going to break up or down, we need to see it breaks in the key levels of support. So we were using all this area of support before when we were first looking at this to come on down, and yet it started to pull support back down here at the 94.5 level. So you kind of have support at 94.5, and you have support up here at 95.3 roughly. So that is kind of the range that we're sitting in. We either got to take the top or the bottom of that range out before we get really a strong direction. And at that point, what we're really looking at here in the 15-minute is we're looking for some type of commitment, because you got neutral on RSI up here, you got neutral on MACD, You kind of just got this choppy action going on here on the Stoches. They're kind of like they want to go up, they go down, they go up a little bit, come back down. Now it's starting to get back to the top. This could roll over and do this little bit of a breakout here and then come crashing down, just because the behavior has been more of a push down than it is the push up right now. If we go out to the 5 minute, you can see that it is trying to recover here right on its 200, and you have the 21 kind of coming up underneath of it, so that is a good sign. But the same thing, you're kind of sitting neutral here in the RSI MACD, but you are extended kind of in the Stoches. This could roll over through here. The 1 minute as of right now is giving us the signal, but with all this neutral signs in the indicators, it's hard to use this 1 minute. You kind of have to start going out the other way to see where we're at. So the 1 minute all throughout the day has been drawing down. Right now you're sitting at the bottom here. On the Stoches, the RSI is showing kind of that neutral. It could push on up here and top out. We are seeing the MACD right now showing kind of a bearish behavior a little bit, but we are up in the bull territory, which is a good thing. And if this crossed back over, it could get into some bull territory as well. So as of right now, when you see this kind of stuff going on, the reason I'm pointing all this out is because when people ask like, hey, when should I trade? When should I get in the market? And you always hear somebody tell you, oh, wait for the trade, wait for it to be a good setup. Well, I'm showing you right now that this is not a good setup. This is what you're looking for to keep you away from the market. And it's better to look for stuff that tells you don't trade than look for things that tell you to actually go out and take a trade. I know it's frustrating and it sounds kind of backwards, but it's when you can't find anything is when you're in a good trade or has a good trade potential. And as of right now, the issue is we can't really find the direction yet. We need to have the market kind of tell us what it wants to do. So here on the 1 hour, you can see this pattern even more, and this could go ahead and run on up and then snap out and keep running up, or this could be getting pressure and it could pull on down for a stronger pullback into that lower level and create the pattern for us to be able to get a stronger move up, which would not be a bad idea. So we could be looking at something, along these kind of lines here. It could be something like this right now. This could trade on down and then break out later. So evenings is not always the best time to trade. I'm just kind of pointing this out to kind of give you an idea, just because what we saw throughout the day today. But this run up would have been harder to catch unless you were watching the price action and going into lower time frames and watch for that opportunity. It did give it to you here in the 5 minute as it tested that lower 30 minute and then show that it came on up and it back tested your 21 right here and then fired on out and then ran up. So that's about it on this day. The one thing I have been watching and working on is trading with ChatGPT. ChatGPT I've been trading for a few weeks now, but to kind of give you an idea, ChatGPT actually called this move, and then it has so far been calling the short on the market all afternoon. It wants the market to come down to around 94,000 is the first target, and then it has a 92.5 level also that it's been calling out. Based on price action that we've seen throughout the day that I was talking about, even right here. Now, things can change, and that's why you don't ever stick in stone. You're always kind of managing your trade going forward. But as of right now, like I said, if we maintain those two levels, that 90, 95.3 roughly, down to where you kind of see these bottoms right here, the 94.5 range, that we have to hold more to where the trend has been going, which was bearish. Through this pullback. It's a bearish pullback. It's really what it is. It's not bearish meaning the market's going to fall and go down to low lows. It's just a bearish pullback. And then I do expect it to kind of run up and see that 96 to 98,000 range. We'll have to analyze it from there and see. But as of right now, until it breaks those levels and confirms it, it's not going to be a breakout. So to kind of draw that on there so you can see it, since we're looking for about 95, I'd expect it to kind of start doing this. This could start to trade on through here. Then we'll start to see this kind of pattern right through here being created, and then we can start looking for a breakout up to higher levels. You can just use this area as a breakout level, and right now, it's kind of that 96.5, but there's really nothing giving us any of this clarity right now. I'm just estimated drawing estimated patterns on charts to kind of get an idea. So it could be like this even right now. We'll have to watch it and see, and then Saturday will give some better clarification probably by throughout the evening on what's going to happen. Or this could break on down and set a bigger pattern like this for us, with this coming down into this level possibly, or even lower, and build this out through the weekend and then fire here coming weeks. So we'll just have to watch and see and go from there. So have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday with a weekend recap, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.